What's going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 9 of the Ultimate League series. And in this episode we are firstly going to have a little look at our Danish youth scout. He hasn't really found anything this month, so I'm just going to go ahead and reject all of them because they aren't going to be really worth it in the future, and there's no point in having them if they're not going to have decent potential on them or decent overall at the start. So why bother having them? But anyway, in this episode we're firstly going to be playing Chelsea in the BPL. This is going to be a very interesting match and a test of our nerves because recently we've dropped quite a lot of points. We haven't lost games as such, but we've got about 3 or 4 draws in a row, and that's really not what you want when you're trying to make sure that you're not going to get relegated. Basically, I really don't want to get relegated in this first season. That would just be a real bummer because I've worked so hard so far, and to be in 13th position is pretty good, I guess you could say. That's almost mid-table, and I just want to push up a little bit more. You can see we're actually in 14th now, 1 point behind FC Schalke, but we're ahead of PSG despite the fact that they've beaten us already this season, which is a bit surprising. They've dropped off a bit, it seems, but we start things off very nicely here in the 4th minute with some good defending and a good clearance, but then the ball falls to Samuel Eto'o. He has a shot, but unfortunately for them it didn't go into the back of the net. That was a very good chance to score and make it 1-0, but we had a very good chance here. Don't know why I was doing a fancy pass there. A bit of a mistake really on my part, but we give the ball to Serrero. Nice 1-2 with Victor Fischer. He crosses the ball in, but it's an easy save for Pegboard in the net. And yeah, it was a very difficult game. It was very even though in the first 12 minutes, and both teams had their chances to go forward and win the game. And you can see here a bad mistake from David Luiz means that we do go through on goal. Victor Fischer plays through Colben, and Colben scores. The man that's creating a lot of speculation at the moment scores to make it 1-0 at the Stamford Bridge, and that was very, very good for us. Although it wasn't that good for David Luiz. He was playing a little bit risky at the back, to be honest, passing it around the back, trying to be clever, and his cockiness really did pay, I guess you could say, because Pegboard couldn't save that one, despite the fact he is probably the best keeper in career mode and in Ultimate Team, in my opinion. Maybe Manuel Neuer might be a little bit better actually, but he's certainly up there in the top 3 keepers in Ultimate Team and career mode. And straight from that, we do pick the ball up from Ramirez. We go through with Sigurdsson and we pass it through to Serrero. Serrero's through on goal. I was playing him this match on left wing. He cuts inside, and once again David Luiz with the fault. He takes out Serrero and gives away a penalty just 4 minutes after we'd scored the first goal with Colben. And I was going to give him the penalty, of course, because why wouldn't I? Although Serrero did win it and I was tempted to give it to him, I really just wanted to score it, to be honest. So I gave it to our highest penalty taker, which was indeed Colben. And I really hope he doesn't leave the club, to be honest. For some reason Neutink is on it at first, but I really hope he doesn't leave the club because he's a real solid player and he's been tucking away chances, and he does actually tuck away this penalty very nicely, just to the left with the finesse shot. And Pegboard was just standing there in the middle, expecting me to go down the middle like most people do, but no, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to be a bit different and make sure that I'd score the penalty, and I did indeed score it. And we're 2-0 up at Stamford Bridge. What a surprise this is. I really didn't expect it coming into the game. I was just hoping for a draw, maybe not even lose the game, maybe like a 1-0 win, but nothing like this in the first 20 minutes. Wow, we were seriously on fire. And strangely enough, although Colben has been on really good form recently, these are his first 2 goals in the BPL, which is quite a surprise. It just goes to show that although he is in good form, he's not scoring as many goals as the media actually hype him up to be. And Victor Fischer is still our highest top goal scorer. But you can see here, in the 25th minute, Marco van Ginkel, I think that is the Chelsea youngster. He's an absolute quality youngster. The Dutch youngster scores after William plays him through. Really nice volley, first time volley. Tucks it away into the back of the net in the 25th minute to get them back into the game. And to make things even worse, Eto'o did a little cheeky dink over Vermeer. That was a very nice goal, to be honest. And they were really coming back into the game after we scored those 2 goals, which was a surprise, to be honest, because they were shocking in those first 25 minutes. But they do level it up just before half time. But something I do want to show you is the time that Eto'o did actually score this goal. It was ridiculous. It was something like the 52nd minute. There was 4 minutes of extra time and the referee decided to add on a bit of Mourinho time. You know, it's not Fergie time anymore, it's Mourinho time. A bit of Mourinho time, and that does allow Samuel Eto'o a chance to score, which he does take. Of course, he's a quality striker. You can see here the 52nd minute he scored in. That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to say anything about AIDS because I don't believe in it, but I'm pretty sure that is some FIFA AIDS for you there. Some scripting if you do want to believe in that, because 52nd minute, it really shouldn't have gone to that, if I'm honest with you. But we only had 2 shots on target and scored 2 goals, and I didn't actually realise that. I thought we were a lot more dominant, but it just goes to show that even when you feel like you're more dominant, you may not actually be dominant. But we were very clinical in this game, and that is really what I do want in this series, just to be a bit more clinical. And in this game I really was showing my clinical nature and scoring most of my goals. But you can see here, clumsy defending here from Kurt Zuma, giving the ball away, and it's a really nice cross here from Ramirez into the head of, I think that might have been Willian, and then I'm not actually sure who that was. That might have been Ramirez in the box actually. And then Willian tucks home the rebound. Very frustrating there. But Willian scoring a goal after his move to from Anzi Chakalaka to Chelsea. And a well-deserved goal, you could say. But in the 90th minute, we get one last chance. And Sigurdsson completes his hat-trick. I'm sorry, I just said Sigurdsson. I know that's not his name. I do apologise to any of you that did get annoyed at me for saying that, and I also do know that it's not Hadrovic, it's Hajrovic, I think it is, or Hajrovic. I'm not 100% sure how you say his name, but however you say his name, do let me know in the comments down below. But that is a great goal from Kolben, and that continues the speculation, although he did say after this match, quite interestingly, that he just wants to be left alone and playing his football, which is fair enough, because the media have been hassling him quite a lot about his potential move to Arsenal, or maybe even Chelsea, the club that we're playing against. But I doubt he'd want to move to Chelsea, as they've already got such solid strikers. But we had a chance to win the game in the 90th minute, right at the end of the game. But the header from Kolben hits the crossbar. Very unlucky. Scored a hat-trick already, but can get the 4th goal to make sure that we do pick up all 3 points at Stamford Bridge. But although we were ahead 2-0, they did bring it back, and then they were 3-2 up, but then we did bring it back to 3-all. Thank you, Kolben, for scoring that hat-trick. What a god he was in this game, and that does mean we do sneak away with a cheeky point against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. You can see there, they had the most shots. They had 11 shots. I only had 6, so I had half the shots that they did have, but I was just a lot more clinical in the end, and Vermeer did play incredibly well in that match, despite the fact that I've been hassling him so much recently for the fact that he's just been playing very poorly. But we're going into this next game against Napoli, and doesn't Napoli have a nice away kit? Wow, they have a really nice away kit. I like that camo kit that they do have. I might actually get it on Ultimate Team, to be honest. It does look quite nice, and I may have to go and purchase that and put that as my away kit, because it does look quite nice and a little bit different. I didn't realise that that was their away kit, but obviously it is. And we're going into the BPL at the Amsterdam Arena, hoping to pick up all 3 points in this match. That is really what we do want. You can see we're 14th. Schalke has dropped off to 15th, and Atletico Madrid are currently ahead of us. I was looking for the win in this game, to be honest, and we were so dominant. It was a completely different team from the team that we had to the Chelsea lineup, but it was a really good team at that. And what a debut goal that is for Hadrovic. I know that's not how you say his name, and once again I do apologise. If you can tell me how you say his name in the comments down below, that would be much appreciated. But Pepe Reina couldn't save that. Really good build-up play, and a first-time cross from Daley Blind into the head of the big man, the big right mid, and that is Hadrovic. He is 6'1", he's an absolute tank, and getting his debut goal there, he probably should have got it a lot sooner, but luckily he does get it in this game. Very important fixture against Napoli, and that does make it 1-0. Very, very good goal from him. And into the 41st minute, there was too many chances really to put into the video, because if I'd put all the chances in, this video would have been about 20 minutes long. I'm not even joking you, because we were so dominant in this game, and Anita was once again, I think he had 3 or 4 chances on goal, denied by Pepe Reina's bald head there, making sure that his team didn't concede that goal, and make sure that it was 2-0 down. But we were so dominant in this game, and once again Schürrle having a shot from outside the box, and it is saved again from Pepe Reina. Made about 11 saves in this first half. Absolutely ridiculous. We were so dominant and Napoli just didn't turn up. It's as simple as that. In this first half, they were no match for us. It's as simple as that. And we do manage to get a second goal here. Thank you, Herson. I think that is our backup striker. I was playing him in this match due to fitness issues, and he does score to make it 2-0. And Pepe Reina with a horrific mistake there. But it was not more than deserved, to be honest. I think that we really did deserve that second goal, and thank you Pepe Reina for messing up there, although he did make so many good saves. It was really up to Napoli to change things in the second half, and they didn't really do that much, to be honest. They just seemed to be pretty dead, and right here is one of the most stupid goals you're ever going to see. Yeah, Hazrovic scoring his second goal there, or was it his goal? I don't know. He's just wagging his finger there at his teammates just to say what a goal that was. That was a really, really good goal. And stupid goals, to be honest. I was trying to cross it in, and in the end Pepe Reina again with the mistake, or was it the defender getting in the way? I do not know. We can look at the replay now and we can actually see for ourselves. It did look like a very cheeky attempt to chip Pepe Reina, but in the end you can see it was a cross. It did curve. Pepe Reina tried to catch it, but his handling wasn't good enough, and in the end we do score to make it 3-0. Finally, we're scoring goals in this series. I was so happy in this game because we were starting to score goals and be more emphatic. And you can see Anderson, I think it is, playing through once again Herson to get his second goal in the game in the 74th minute to make it 4-0. That's his second goal, and I did bring on Anderson. I haven't played him this season, but I didn't realise he's got about 83 potential, so I may play that right winger a little bit more often, that Danish right winger. He's got a lot of potential in him, and he seemed to be very good. He seemed to be a hidden gem, because his stats just look god-awful at the moment, because he's so young and his overall is so low. But I brought him on in this match to see if he could do anything, and he got an assist, so, you know, that's pretty good. That says something. That says that I probably should be playing him over Bojan, although Bojan has been playing very well recently. But Napoli was still in it, and they were still willing to get a consolation goal, and it was in the 81st minute through Gonzalo Higuain, the new man at Napoli, scoring with his 90 finishing to make it 4-1, but it was just too little too late, and we do win the game 4-1. Really good episode this, actually. A draw at Chelsea and a win against Napoli, an emphatic one at that. But guys, if you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode and want more Career Mode from me, please be sure to like and subscribe. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, but I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another episode. Thanks for watching.